Hello and welcome to CZenStar, This Week in Star Citizen, ending May 9th, 2015. I am Citizen Ed of CZenStarNews.com, where we put the citizens first. This week's Citizen Star is Years 100. Wanted to congratulate him on his Imagine trailer, topping 1 million views this week on CIG's YouTube channel. Originally a fan composition, but adopted and slightly reworked by CIG as its main promo. Years has also released an instrumental version this week for those allergic to wubwubs. Remember, if you want to know more about any of these stories, navigate your browser to CitizenstarNews.com and locate the latest This Week in Star Citizen.
This Week in Star Citizen.
Star Citizen Alpha 1.1.2 is now released out of tests. The new tutorial is available and significantly faster load times.
This Week in Star Citizen.
Hyper Vanguard Force 4 was released this week. This amazing minigame was developed on the side by Montreal-based game creators Dave Richard and Christine Marsh. It was then integrated into the website by the folks at Turbulent. It's been getting rave reviews by the community and has started getting picked up by the gaming press. Very interesting.
This Week in Star Citizen.
The big sale this week is the return of the Misk Starfarer, with new updated art. Looks almost hangar ready. And the debut of the upgunned and hardened military upgrade, Starfarer Gemini, aka Star G, which is being offered as a concept sale, complete with lifetime insurance. This is a bit unusual as variants aren't usually offered as concept sales, but CIG thought the Gemini was different enough to consider it an exception. The prices are standalone Starfarer, $195. Gemini LTI, $240. Starfarer Upgrade to Gemini, $45. Two very large progress reports dropped within a week of each other. The monthly report and the FPS Star Marine progress report. We can see that a lot is going on right now at CIG. In some senses, they are clearly still shoring up the foundations of the project while trying to ship new product and keep the existing code stable. Not an easy task. Star Marine, the preview is looking very good. We saw that a significant amount of work is still left before ship. The new skeleton is still ongoing. From the monthly report, lead animator Brian Brewer has been testing and debugging the brand new skeleton we are going to be moving our characters over to in order to improve various aspects of the character's proportions and range of motion. Our entire animation team is now transitioning over to help retarget our whole library of animations, over 2,000, to this new skeleton. Austin's character team has been solely focused on supporting FPS character revisions this month. This means delays for the planet side. The Star Marine release will also include significant revamps of the matchmaking and network backend. CIG Austin's section of the FPS report talks about the work on creating the new generic instance manager, which should manage the FPS matches as well as hopefully fix the remaining problems with Arena Commander. From the FPS Star Marine report, we will continue to provide regular updates on the comlink and during Around the Verse until we're ready to kick off the first public release. So when will this be available? What's the new schedule? CIG doesn't say. If Star Marine makes it into even test before the end of May, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Could easily end up released mid to late June or even July at this point. PlanetSide will probably be a month after Star Marine. We're still seeing a fair amount of work being done on that. Arena Commander 2.0 at least a month after that. Squadron 42? Still the end of the year? We'll see. It's important to remember that whenever CIG gives dates, they are optimistic. As in, earliest you could see this happening if nothing unexpected happens. A big task that has not been talked about is another CryEngine update has shipped. Version 3.7 was said to have been reorganization in prep for bigger changes down the road, such as VR and Linux support. Hopefully the CIG Foundry 42 Frankfurt team can make this not a huge time sink. Other things to look forward to, mostly from the monthly report. Radar System 2.0, Signature System 2.0, Vehicle Params, and Physical-Based Damage. They are currently prototyping wingman commands, the ability for the player to assign specific goals such as attack my target or defend me to his wingmen, instead of just having them engage enemies as they please. Updates to Freelancer, Starfarer, and Connie. The Connie, the constellation, we've seen featured in the recent Shipshape with Lisa Ohanian on Around the Verse. Looking very good there. Freelancer has said to have grown. Really looking forward to seeing how that has turned out. The monthly report featured surfacing artist Daniel Kamensky, who apparently sits next to Lisa Ohanian, as mentioned on RTV, worn painted metal. Very interesting on giving depth to our universe. There was an environmental mini-summit. Foundry 42 Behavior Neil Phonic came to visit to discuss long-term planning for Star Citizen environments. Focus specifically for the PU this year will be fleshing out the first 5 planetary landing zones, wrapping up our first batch of shops that will be found on these landing zones, and R&D on creating modular space stations that will serve a variety of functions in the PU. Evan Manning has been adding data to the star map to be used by friends at Turbulent for the release of the star map on the platform side. There's a lot of information to be documented, and Evan has been doing a great job, they say, of ensuring every element in each system is in its proper place. Miles Lee, who I'm hoping will be our hero, very difficult to create a complex system like this. Miles has been making significant progress in developing test automation. As a result, they were able to automate the capturing of performance data for each of our various builds. He is also working on automating the build sanity checks and assisting DevOps in the development of a headless client system that will enable automated stress test on the back-end infrastructure. They also mentioned that next month they plan to incorporate social module into the regular testing. The UK animation team has expanded to a group of 5 ready to tackle and implement the ongoing Imaginarium shoot as it comes in. That's for Squadron 42. Very excited for that. Chris is currently out there directing this shoot, and there's a whole team of people working on that. They've also been doing a lot of work in the last few months converting all the game's entity IDs from a 32-bit number to a 64-bit number, which is pretty important considering looking at these grabby hands videos, and you think about all of the little doodads that will be floating around in everybody's ships, hangars, on the environments, all over the verse. It's going to be a lot of stuff to keep track of. Behavior is working on whole tables and shops. Another interesting new feature that they're working on, I presume this is Turbulent, an issue council, a custom bug database for the community. On Around the Verse, we heard that electronic warfare is being worked on, hack into an enemy ship, mess with thrusters, or spoof their radar, etc. MISC Reliant and RepairBot is coming. Art updates for the Genesis Starliner and the Endeavour have recently been seen. Ben had a meeting scheduled with David Hovens later that day, Friday, possibly about some contract work on rovers. And that's all we have for now. This has been CitizenStarNews.com. Hope to see you next week in Star Citizen. CitizenStarNews.com, where we put the citizens first. Engage with Star Citizen today. Follow the news, both development and in lore, or write your own articles, features, and fiction. We take citizen submissions. There's room on staff, or become a partner. You can let us help develop your brand. CZenStarNews.com, where the citizen is the star, chronicling your stories. The history of the verse is unfolding now, real time. Don't wait until 2946 to be a part of Star Citizen. CZenStarNews.com. Would you like to know more?